Well, the power's switched off, but it's not really a concern for me. I've been here on site filming for 2 days with my DJI camera that you're watching me on now. And anyone that records in 4K knows it uses a lot of battery, but I've got a lot of battery to spare. I've been working away on my laptop, I've been charging my phone, hotspotting, because when the power goes down, you lose your internet as well. And this thing is a game changer. No messing around with fiddly cables, no worrying about bringing the proprietary adapter, even though I brought that stuff. This has an inbuilt retractable cable, USB-C, and it has all the power in the world. And the great thing is, I didn't even need to press a button. I didn't need to turn it on. I didn't need to activate USB-C. I just plug the cable in and it automatically does everything itself. This has been a game changer over the last couple of days. When we're having a solar panel installation, of course, they have to turn the power off, and so this saves us. The DJI Power 1000 Mini is the world's smallest 1 kilowatt hour portable power station. Now, it may be small, but it is mighty. 1000 watts of AC output, and of course, it can peak much higher for those initial startup of certain devices. So it doesn't really matter if it's power out, or if you're looking to edit your content whilst you're off grid, or if you're just going on a family camping holiday. This is the kind of thing that could cover all of those bases for you. Despite the mighty power of it, it doesn't require a gym membership to be able to carry this around. The real question when it comes to portable power stations isn't how big or capable they are, but how often you will actually take them with you. If you're more likely to take this with you, you're going to get a lot more use from it than some of those bigger, bulkier power stations. It's got a couple of 100-watt USB-C charging ports on there and this retractable cable, and you can charge it from solar, and it's got a light built in, and you've got 2 3-pin AC plugs. We'll be testing all of that in a little bit. But the biggest claim for this is how small this is for 1 kilowatt hours of battery storage. Just for quick comparison, this is what I normally carry around with me. This is a Charge 170, I think it is. And this is great. It does a phenomenal job. But once I start powering my laptop, my camera, my phone from it, this depletes very quickly. This has 86 watt hours on it. This DJI Power 1000 Mini, it has 12 times the battery capacity of this power bank. Now, just by way of comparison, this is the other 1000 watt hour or 1 kilowatt hour portable power station that I've got. The DJI is a lot more manageable. It's a little bit lighter, but it's a lot more compact. I don't know how they've managed to squeeze all of that in there. If I pop them down on the table, you can see the DJI is only about 67% of the depth of the competitor's unit, and probably around 67% of the height, and they are similar width, they're similar weight, but the DJI is a little bit lighter. And that one handle hold, oh, lovely rubber feet. Let's do some testing. I want to properly discharge this. I want to run it at its maximum capacity, so let's go and get a hairdryer or something, and let's deplete it all the way to 0. And let's do a charge test, and let's see in that process what the thermal management is like, because if this can remain cool whilst running flat out and still being in this compact form factor, then DJI have nailed it. There are then no compromises, essentially. AC on, and away we go. No problem, well within the 1000 watt AC inverter. Right, now we've given this a few minutes, I'm starting to hear the cooling fans ramping up in this DJI. Very quiet at the moment, and it's good that they can modulate so it's not just on or off, and I can hear them just slowly ramping up now. Interesting, as soon as the load drops off, the fans have ramped right down on DJI, so it's definitely got some smart control in there. Excellent. That was up on number 7 on the toaster. Don't think I've ever set the toaster to 7 before. This is a really cool feature that I've been waiting for on portable power stations for a while. So the USB standard actually shows that you can have a bi-directional flow of power. DJI have implemented it as follows. See this USB port here that can charge my phone? If I pop a wall charger in, now you can probably see that the input is taking 43 watts from my smartphone charger. So you can charge this thing through USB-C. Both that USB-C port, but also this one is bi-directional. Let me show you. If I unplug this cable here, and I pull out the retractable one and pop that into my adapter, you'll see the input raising up. It's such a handy feature. I know that it's not going to charge quickly. You'll be leaving this thing on charge for 24 hours if it was completely flat. But that's a convenient little touch. Having bi-directional charging on the USB-C ports, why isn't that standard on all other power stations? Why is this the first one that I've seen it? Absolutely brilliant. Whilst we're talking about inputs and outputs, let me give you a closer look. Let me just retract that cable for a second, pop that in, and it magnetically clips back there. We've got one additional 100 watt USB-C charger, bi-directional port, and then we've got two USB-As, maximum of 12 watt on those. This has a DC in and output. Now, I don't have the adapter cable for that, but we could charge from solar. You can charge from your car. You can also rapid charge drones as well. So it's got very impressive functionality if you've got DJI drones that you could couple this with. And then of course, it's got a normal AC input. So let me demonstrate that to you now. We just need to pause the video while I check my smoke alarms. Yep, they're working. 1 ton of static load apparently. So you could pop these under your car tyres if you need some axle stands or something to elevate it. It really feels rugged and well built. And when I stand on it with my 80 kilos, there is no sign of creaking at all. I'm very happy to jump on that. I know they say static load, but this is a incredibly tough, well-built unit. And it doesn't surprise me because the action camera from DJI that I record on all the time, I have thrown that thing a million times. It is indestructible. Actually, before I get carried away with that, I'm just going to pop the hairdryer on just to drain the battery a little bit more. Yeah. There we go. My wife's hairdryer is running at 920 watts. Let me go and get the AC charging cable. Now the fans are running absolutely flat out on this power station. Can you hear that? It's definitely working hard near the maximum output. But it ramps down very quickly. And I can't feel any hot spots on the case, so the thermal management seems okay. And even the air, I think the intake must be on the back and then the exhausts either side. But the air that's being expelled out of there, it's barely any warmer. So difficult to tell. Good thermal management. Okay, let's just plug in for a quick charge. And you can see it's ramped right up to its maximum charge rate, over 1000 watts, which means this can fully charge from zero in less than an hour. This may also be a great time to see how it just sits back on the handle. I don't know if that was really DJI's intention with the design, but I find that it just sits nicely like that. Yes, you can sit it down on its feet, but if you want access to the ports, Just pop it up on its handle like that. The integrated light is nice and diffused, which is good for camp situations or lights out, blackout. It can also be ramped up and down. As you can see, lots of increments, not just on or off or medium, low, high. And what does that look like? No light, light on, and let's fade it. Not bad, hey? And what we can simulate now, UPS cutout mode, if I turn the hairdryer on and then I quickly pull this cable out, we will be able to hear if that hairdryer loses any of its power. Let's pop that back on. So if you can still hear me, you'll be able to see that we are now passing through the required power. So this is still charging the unit, but at the same time powering the hairdryer, which is excellent. So we're taking 1,800 watts through this AC cable into the unit, powering the devices and charging simultaneously. And I'm going to pull it in 3, 2, 1. No drop off of the hairdryer at all. And I've simulated this with a few other devices. The UPS switchover time is imperceivable. Plug it in, it starts charging, but we don't notice any difference in power in the devices. And we can do the same again. 3, 2, 1. Absolutely no difference whatsoever. A lot of people want a UPS device for their PC, for example, but don't necessarily have the space. This may be something for you to consider. It's more the sort of size of a traditional UPS, but it packs a lot more battery capacity inside of this, and you can take it out and about with you. So would you buy the DJI Power 1000 Mini? Who do you think it's for? Do you think this is just aimed at creators? DJI make drones and cameras and a whole ecosystem around creating content. But is it just as equally well suited for recreational campers or just in case of an emergency and blackout situations? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you as always for watching. If you've made it this far, you should definitely give the video a thumbs up. Thank you very much. I'll see you again in the future.